deep in the shadows of time, deep in the scorching desert, where time has stood still for over 5,000 years, lies one of humanity's greatest mysteries, ancient Egypt, an empire driven by the sacred power of pharaohs, built on an unwavering belief in life after death, and blessed with wisdom so profound, it left behind monuments that still leave us speechless today. But what we know is only the beginning. Around 3150 BC, something extraordinary happened. The first pharaoh managed to unite Upper and Lower Egypt into one mighty kingdom. From that moment, dynasty after dynasty ruled this sacred land for over 3,000 years. But here's what made Egypt different. Religion wasn't just part of life, it was life. The pharaoh? He wasn't merely a king. He was a living god, a bridge between mortals and the divine, the keeper of Ma'at, the cosmic balance of the universe itself. Can you imagine that kind of power? That kind of responsibility? Faith was the fuel that powered this civilization to greatness. Their belief in the afterlife, it inspired them to create wonders that defy explanation. The towering pyramids, the magnificent Sphinx, temples that touch the sky, and buried beneath the sand, tombs holding over 5,000 priceless artifacts belonging to a boy king named Tutankhamun. All of this, monuments to a faith we can barely comprehend. At the heart of their death rituals was something we call mummification. They believed the soul would return to its original body, so they perfected the art of preservation, using special chemicals and linen wrappings to keep the body intact forever. Tutankhamun's golden death mask. It's more than just beautiful craftsmanship. It's a symbol of their absolute certainty in immortality, a certainty that still takes our breath away, even today. Now, let me tell you about November 1922. Howard Carter and his patron, Lord Carnarvon, had been searching the Valley of the Kings for years. They were looking for something that had been lost for 3,000 years, the tomb of the boy pharaoh, Tutankhamun. When Carter made a small hole in that sealed doorway, when he held up his candle and peered inside, what he saw made him cry out, "Yes! Wonderful things!" Before him lay over 5,000 priceless artifacts, scattered hastily across 4 cramped rooms. It looked like someone had broken in before, but been caught before they could steal much. This discovery didn't just reveal Egypt's wealth. It awakened something else, something darker, the curse of the mummy. Lord Carnarvon died suddenly, not long after the tomb was opened. But Carter himself? He lived peacefully until age 66. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? If Tutankhamun is remembered for his tomb, then Queen Nefertiti is remembered for her beauty and her power. That famous limestone bust discovered in 1912, it confirms her legendary beauty. But excavations in 1956 revealed something far more intriguing than just the most beautiful woman who ever lived. She was the power behind the throne. Nefertiti was the real force behind her husband, Pharaoh Akhenaten's religious revolution. Together, they abandoned the worship of many gods and embraced just one, Aten, the sun disk, replacing the mighty Amun-Ra. They moved the capital to a new city, Akhetaten, and destroyed temples across the empire. But here's where it gets really interesting. Inscriptions at Aten's temple show Nefertiti's name and image more prominently than the pharaohs. She wasn't just a queen. She was the true ruler, bold enough to break every tradition, to crush the power of Amun's priests who had once opposed her rise to power. But then, they vanished. Neither Nefertiti's nor Akhenaten's mummies have ever been found. Their dynasty ended with young Tutankhamun, and the old priests of Amun returned to power. What happened to them? Nobody knows. Ancient Egyptian civilization may have crumbled after Alexander the Great and the Roman Empire swept through, but their influence, It never died. Egyptian gods merged with Greek and Roman beliefs. Their ideas about death and judgment from the Book of the Dead may have inspired concepts of heaven and hell in Christianity, even Akhenaten's monotheism. Some scholars believe it influenced the birth of other one-god religions. You see, ancient Egypt isn't just history. It's a living story, constantly being rewritten, reinterpreted, with every new discovery. Each archaeological find challenges what we thought we knew, and it reminds us that beneath those sun-baked sands, countless secrets are still waiting. These stories deserve our critical thinking, our excitement, and our respect. Because in the end, history is just interpretation, pieced together from fragments that survived the march of time. It's a puzzle that may never be completely solved. But that search for answers, that's what makes this journey absolutely mesmerizing.